Hello everyone, this is LW Gaming and welcome back for another video of Langrisser. I almost said Sword Player for some reason, but anyways, Langrisser. So anyways, we're back here and yep, we're almost done with this update. So yeah, we're basically just 1 week away and a few days away, of course, to get out of this update and enter the next one, and which will be featuring Bright Summoner very soon. So anyways, in this video, I'm going to be showcasing Virelia. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and for some reason, my workload is pretty busy for this coming month. During this month, of course. Uh, so I didn't have the time to showcase this during the initial release. So yep, now is the best time for me to cover what she does. So Virelia is an interesting unit on here that utilizes both single target and AoE, and also she has the unique talent skills which will impact in certain ways. Like she does have like a thing called the spell preparation. There's like three versions of this. There's like eradicate, which is the one that focuses on damage, which will allow her to attack twice, with as long as you're using a skill that is. And then there's also a glimmerate. I think that's how you call it. That's the second one, which will increase the her range, which will make it close to like Lucretia, for example. And there's also catalyst, which is the one that reduces cooldown after use. So lots of interesting skills here. So to fully use Virelia effectively, the one that you want to do here is, of course, AoE attacks, because that's the one thing that actually set her apart from most of the mages so far. And let's talk about what skills she carries. So anyway, she carries of course three different unique skills, but as well as some common ones too. So the third one I'm gonna be talking about is gonna be of course the awakening skill, but we're gonna unlock that soon. So for now, let's cover what the initial skills that she has that you unlock through her classes. So let's take a look on each of them. So of course, in the initial class upgrade, like the beginning of the class, you'll start with this skill here called Spell Fusion. This one does magic damage to one enemy, dealing 1.5 times damage. And for each spell preparation effect this unit has, this damage is increased by 15%. After attacking, reduces all of this unit's trigger cooldown by one turn. So essentially, what this is that if you have anything like that involves like a talent cooldown or whatever that is, that stuff will get reduced by one turn, which is pretty nice. And that's the one that you start with. And then when you upgrade it one time, you get strengthened. Strengthen increases of course, your offensive stats, attack and int by 20%. And also, you are immune to some debuffs such as attack and int down. It also affects that silence your active skills. So this is pretty helpful in some scenarios, but I don't know. It really depends on what situation you're in. But strengthen is actually excellent for her. Okay, moving on. Let's see what classes, what kind of skills do you unlock depending on what class. So if you chose to do Judgment Enforcer, which is the left route of the mage, you get this skill called Dark Reaper, which will heal herself as well as ignore 30% of the magic defense. And it also has a 1.3 times damage multiplier. And then when you upgrade her completely, you get the Earthquake skill, which is the one that you wanted to use for her most of the time. It also comes with Lightning Strike if you want to destroy cavalries. I would say like Andy, for example. But anyways, I'm just getting ahead of myself. So anyways, moving on. If you chose to upgrade the right path, you get Windblade, the one that is really good against flyers, like Tarantel, Grinchill, you name it. Well, it really depends on how you build her because Windblade is meant to attack like effectively on flyers, but if your unit aren't built, then yeah, that is gonna have a different outcome. So make sure you have her built in order to fully utilize this. And finally, if you upgraded the right path completely, you get Heaven's Sanction, as well as the unique passive skill called the Power of Reinvention. I think that's how to call it. Yep, Reinvention. And this has passive on here. It's like when forced into battle, this unit is not affected by melee damage penalties. When taking fatal damage from a physical attack, instead of dying, restore 20% of unit's HP. And this unit performs one random spell preparation. And there's a trigger cooldown, and this can only trigger again after 5 turns, during which this one spell preparation cannot be performed. So as you can see, when you activate this, or like when you got the revive activated, you won't be able to use spell preparation during the period. So yeah, which makes you vulnerable in some scenarios. So when that happens, try like there are always ways to like remove the skill cooldown. But of course, using her unique 2C skill that you get initially, like this one right here. So like as long as you attack an enemy with this, you will have your skill cooldown reduced. So that is going to help you in a bit. And let's talk about the equipment here. So for me, I ran her with magic enchant, and this is the gear set I gave her. Like in general, like PvP stuff, you know. Anyways, I gave her miracle staff, which will boost her AOE skill damage, of course, and that's what she needs the most. So yeah, I built her based on AOE. You could do her single target, but AOE is the best one for her. Tenyo's robe is the other one I gave her, which will make her like remove one buff from the enemy when she's attacked. Of course, there's a 30% chance to activate, and also it will inflict a random debuff on the enemy if that happens. So that's a good thing to have. And there's also Star Crown, which I think hardly any mages will use, but I think for Virelia is an exception. So yeah, when the unit's HP is not lower than 80%, when healed by another ally unit, gains skill damage increase. Of course, skill damage increased by 10%, and normal attack damage increased by 10% for 1 turn. So even though Lena is primarily used with this helmet, Vera can use it just fine as well, because she does AOE and also single target as well. And finally, I gave her Vidar's rose, which you could give her with other accessories, like the int accessory if you like, but Vidar rose is also good for her because it increases int and also 50% chance to dispel one buff from the enemy. And yeah, when you're dealing damage to the enemy, of course. So yep, you have best of both worlds in this one. So if you have Tenyo's robe, that will as well does the same thing, but adds a bit of a debuff on there to the enemy. This can also enable you to do essentially the same thing, but minus the debuff inflicting. By during your attack phase, of course. And finally, let's talk about her Awaken skill, which will be unlocking soon. So this one's called Scythe of Retribution. So yeah, let's see what this is. So, anyways, this is the passive part of this: that after dealing damage with a skill, deal fixed damage once equal to 2 times the caster's int to enemy's hit. If the target HP is not higher than 20%, this fixed damage ignores immunity. So yep, and like I said earlier from the future Langrisser installment, this skill is really nasty. So if you let them if you have their HP low enough, you can literally just make them deal fixed damage no matter what. Even if they're immune to it, they're still gonna take it. And this is the AOE skill, by the way. Attacks multiple enemies within range, dealing 0.33 times magic AOE damage, and applying 2 random debuffs. For each enemy eliminated, perform one random spell preparation after taking action. So as you can see, this is gonna be really insane with this. So if you combine this with one of your preparation skill that allows her to attack twice, then yeah, that is basically kissing your opponent goodbye. Well, of course, attacking twice doesn't mean that it's going to be guaranteed a kill, but here's the thing. What that spell preparation does is that the second tag, even though it is second attack, you don't do much damage because you only deal half of that of the first damage. So yeah, it's not really overpowered, but it's just you know. So anyways, we're gonna try to awaken Virelia. And since this is a first stage, we it's only just like a single target battle in the majority of ways. So I think the best here is, of course, we'll be trying something somewhat different. Anyways, let's take a look at what our opponents will be fighting here. So this is not the skill kit I'll be running here because, you know, AoEs aren't great in this kind of settings. So instead, we're going to opt in for single targets for the time being. This is the one I'll be rocking here. So here are the opponents we are fighting. We're fighting against Serafina as our first opponent. Our second opponent is Andy. And then our final opponent is Patricia. Okay, so this should be easy. But first, let me change my Covenant to Loki for, of course, boost to my magic unit. Of course, Covenant does matter here, so make sure you bring someone that does like magic support. So I would say Loki does best, but if you have someone like Frigg, Boulder, I think that also does magic. I'm not too sure. Let me see. Boulder, where are you? Boulder. Yeah, sort of. It sort of boosts magic, but the best one is, of course, Loki. So if you have Loki built already as level 70 and also max modes on everything, yep, that means that you're good to go with this one. But of course, you can't use Covenant in this battle, so it makes sense. But what Covenant does do here is to boost your team. So anyways, our first opponent is Serafina. So I think we can easily take her out by just running towards her. But let's see. But we gotta be mindful of Andy as well, because we do not want to get ambushed right off the bat. Okay. But of course, we do have a passive skill equipped on her. So we're not dying to Andy, but here's the thing. I think it's best if we just stand back a bit, because we do not want to get hit right away. And then we'll activate, don't activate any of them yet. I need to save those. Alright, let's attack. There we go, go after Serafina. Yeah, this is the one I'm talking about. Like, if I'm not careful about that distance, I could get destroyed. Like that, Andy goes down. Now it's down to Patricia. So for her, I had to do something a bit different. Not yet. I had to approach her first before I use that. So anyways, here's the trick. Even though I won't be able to reach her from here, I had to stand here right here and then activate one of those skills. Like this one right here that increases range. So right here, activate this one. And she gets to act again, and then this time I get to reach her just by standing here. And just like that, it's an easy victory. If you know how to use her talent skills with this battle, you can pretty much win this battle without taking damage. Okay, moving on to stage 2 of the awakening phase. Alright, here we are. Let's let me change the skill again. This time I'll be using AoE in this fight because this is a team battle now. Okay, we'll be fighting another Virelia on the same class. Okay. Okay, are we here? Just need to do something a little differently. Here's something I could do. I can just do cooldown reduction. And then move right here. Just gotta position ourselves to the point where we're not having like a splash value. I think you're fine. And then don't use those because I have no buffs.
喧嘩はいけません。全力でいくぞ。剣をつけ。守護者が駆逐します。プリシア、出撃準備。
戦いはまだ終わらないのか。
Oh man.
アシュアへの名にかけて。
I'm gonna go right here. Stand in here.
守護者が駆逐。早く待てないって。
Now I'm just gonna use this.
全力でいくぞ。
And then time.
剣をつけ。私が対応いたします。
これが最後の戦いか。
Okay, I didn't realize that was.
これが最後の戦いか。
Okay, I'm just gonna move back a bit.
守護者が駆逐します。喧嘩はいけません。
戦いはまだ終わらないのか。
How about right here?
僕につきまとうな。僕につきまとうな。
喧嘩はいけません。
I don't think Virelia's gonna die right here. Oh, I'm gonna kill herself.
私が対応いたします。駆逐します。
Since they're lined up, I can easily use Roland
これが
to
最後の
mess
戦
around
いか。
their position.
僕につきまとうな。
Don't run. That's you.
アシュアへの名にかけて。
How about going right here and get the wand?
プリシア、
Okay, fine.
出撃準備。
I should probably stay back. What skills do you carry? Oh, earthquake.
早く待てない
How
って。
big is earthquake? Let me see. 3 blocks. Oh,
プリシア、
okay.
出撃準備。
We really can't approach over there, can I?
戦いは
That's fine.
早く待てないって。全力でいくぞ。
And then the time flux.
全力でいくぞ。
All those debuffs.
これが最後の戦いか。
Now finish her. Go. Okay, Scythe of Retribution. Yeah, here we go. That's the skill that I unlocked here. So, anyways, let's see what this animation looks like.
駆逐します。
Not bad. So, yep, anyways, I am thinking about cutting out some of the unnecessary parts of the video, so anyways, hope y'all find this video helpful on the stages, and I'll see y'all next time.